Kevin Harvick blasts his pit crew as he's starting to feel the pressure. Coming up next. What is going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good this Wednesday. All right, Kevin Harvick ripped his pit crew, but is he really angry at the pit crew, or is this a product of not being in the playoffs and being on that 59 race winless streak? But let's take a look at this article from John Newby at the Heavy, and we'll get into it after that. Harvick made strong comments about his pit crew after the road course race in California. His final pit stop on lap 81 of 110 took 22 total seconds due to problems on the left side of the number 4 Ford Mustang. His previous two stops took fewer than 12 seconds each. Instead of heading back out onto the track with Chris Buescher, he fell back into the pack and lost his opportunity to contend for the win. We had our minimum of once-a-week catastrophic failure on pit road and got back as far forward as we could as usual, Harvick said after exiting the number 4 Ford Mustang. It is what it is, I guess. We didn't finish where we should have. We took away all of our chances, and we could have been second at worst, but we keep screwing up every week. So, of course, obviously harsh words for the pit crew. Even in the booth, you could hear Tony Stewart let out a big sigh or take in a big breath of air when he saw what happened. So apparently this has been an ongoing situation, and it has started to reach a boil. At least with Kevin Harvick, he is tired of the pit crew messing up. In his opinion, I haven't really been keeping track of his pit crew in particular. I think this is personally a bigger issue than just the pit crew. I think it is a culmination of him being on that 59 race winless streak, him not being locked into the playoffs halfway through the season. I think all of those things have led to this boiling point, and when they had that miscalculation on pit road, it came to a head, and he just let it out, and he let it out on the only person he could let it out on, the pit crew. But is this really wise going forward? Do you really want to, throw your pit crew under the bus because, you got to work with them all season? They are a big component. As we saw actually in this race when Suarez won, his pit crew was a big component of him winning because they didn't necessarily gain him any spots on pit road, but they didn't make any mistakes. Their driver didn't make any mistakes. It was a clear situation of somebody running a clean race. No mistakes, hit all your marks on the racetrack as the driver, and that's what won them this race. You saw other guys with speed. Kyle Larson, they made a mistake on pit road. Chase Elliott, they made a mistake on pit road. Several other guys, so on, so forth, either made a mistake on pit road or they made an actual mistake on the racetrack. So I think Kevin Harvick should go in there. Like, it is his right to trash his pit crew, but I think it would be good for him to go in there and pump them back up and unify as a team, because if they can get it figured out on pit road, the Stewart-Haas number 4 car is definitely starting to show some speed, but like he said, they got to get the finishes to show for it, because if Kevin Harvick can win a race and lock himself into these playoffs, he will definitely be a threat, but that remains to be seen. I think it is basically going to take a win for him to get into the playoffs at this point, because I think we will have at least 3 more winners, 3 more unique winners this season, so if not more than that. So I think it's going to take a win to get in, and I think they're definitely capable of doing it, but I think they all need to get on the same page. Sniping at each other is not necessarily the way to do it, but I definitely understand his frustration. All right, though, let me know down in the comments what you think, how you have handled the situation, and if you made it this far, feel free to subscribe down below. It helps the channel out a whole lot, and I really do appreciate it if you guys subscribe, and other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.